Breaking creator alert. On the 2nd of September 2025, multiple reports confirmed that YouTube has been quietly testing platform-side AI-style enhancements on select shorts to unblur, denoise, and improve clarity. Small changes at the platform layer can alter how your content looks, how audiences judge your brand, and how sponsors assess deliverables. Today we unpack what happened, why it matters, and how to protect your style before the next wave rolls out. If you care about creative control, audience trust, and consistent campaign results, stay with me. Fast micro payoff now. Keep denoise modest in your master so any platform pass does not push skin into plastic. Subscribe, hit the bell, and let's begin. 1. The quiet switch that sparked a loud debate. For more than a decade, YouTube refined delivery through transcoding, adaptive streaming, and device-based bitrate selection. In 2025, a new layer arrived: post-upload visual enhancements that resemble what modern phones do automatically. Instead of your camera stacking frames and cleaning noise before you ever see the photo, the platform runs a clarity pass after you upload. The goal is simple: make video look better on small screens without changing your workflow. On the 2nd of September 2025, YouTube acknowledged limited testing on select shorts that applied machine learning clarity improvements. The wording emphasized traditional machine learning rather than generative synthesis. In plain language, this is not inventing new frames. It is pattern-guided cleanup that suppresses noise and recovers edges from signal already present. As of 2 September 2025, the confirmed scope is select shorts and the described approach is traditional machine learning, not generative. Why attempt it? Viewer retention on mobile is sensitive to first impressions. A dimly lit chat with spiky chroma noise looks cheaper and is more likely to lose a scroller. Clean the noise, add a touch of sharpness, and the same scene can feel more premium, lifting watch time and satisfaction. From a creator perspective, aesthetics are part of the brand. Grain, bloom, soft diffusion, gentle roll-off, or the haze of a pro mist filter are decisions that communicate taste and intent. When a platform nudges texture after the fact, authorship questions appear. Early reaction converged on two requests. First, clarity about scope. The experiment applies to select shorts, which matters legally and aesthetically. Second, control. Many creators accept optional cleanup for rough phone clips, yet want a visible opt-out for work where texture is the point. Practical takeaway: treat enhancement as a new variable. Save one reference frame with each project, compare it to live playback at multiple resolutions, and log shifts in a simple sheet. If the look supports your intent, keep it. If not, alert sponsors and plan to toggle off when controls arrive. 2. Inside the machine that polishes your picture. There is a 20-second test that reveals if enhancement will help or harm your look. First, the pipeline in plain language. Every upload is transcoded into multiple versions. Inside that pipeline, YouTube can insert a learned enhancement stage, trained filters that have seen vast amounts of noisy footage. The models learn patterns that separate signal from noise and gently increase local contrast where edges are real. 3 ingredients show up most. First, denoising, reducing speckled noise while preserving real texture. Done poorly, skin turns plastic. Second, a clarity step, a mild boost in edge contrast so small screen playback feels more detailed. Too light and you barely notice it. Too strong and halos appear. Third, device awareness. Stronger at 480p or 720p, lighter at 1080p plus to avoid artifacts. Hence, differences often show on phones before desktops. Equally important is what this is not. It is not text-to-video, diffusion, face replacement, or synthetic scene creation. The intent is to refine existing information rather than create new content. Creator observations and reporting dated 2nd September 2025. Focus on shorts. Application to long-form VOD was not confirmed by YouTube at that time. Here's the promised test. Record 2 short clips in the same light. Clip A, clean exposure, lower ISO. Clip B, one stop darker, higher ISO to introduce moderate noise. Export both. Upload unlisted. Watch each at 480p and 720p on phone and at 1080p on desktop. If clip B looks cleaner than expected and edges feel crisper without halos, enhancement likely helps in low light. If skin looks plastic or text edges glow, Opt out for that style. The whole test takes 20 seconds of playback per clip. Add a note to your planner that says, run the 20-second clarity test. 3. When it helps, when it hurts, and how to decide. In 40 seconds, I will share a tiny case vignette with numbers that shows how clarity can shift retention. First, the rule top creators use. If the message is the product, clarity helps. If the mood is the product, opt out. Imagine a mobile vlogger recording a midnight update after a long shift. The footage is underexposed, ISO is high, and colored noise sprinkles the background. After upload, the live playback looks cleaner than the editor export. The face reads more clearly and edges on the hoodie pop. Viewers focus on the story rather than the speckles. For daily commentary and personality-driven shorts, that is a net positive. Now switch to a cinematic creator who loves soft bloom and intentional grain. That texture is part of the channel identity. After enhancement, the grain feels thinner, and the bloom looks slightly reduced because added clarity rebalances micro-contrast. The image is not ruined, but the mood is different. This is where an opt-out is the right call. Until controls arrive, pin a brief comment explaining the intended look and link a still frame to set expectations. Beauty channels should run close-up tests at 720p and 1080p and keep notes. If it helps legibility in poor light, keep it for handheld shorts. If it pushes skin toward artificial crispness, opt out for those pieces. Here's the numeric vignette. A nightly vlog recorded at ISO 3200 in a small room produced a 3% lift in first 30-second retention after a clarity-cleaned version was compared to the original on phone playback. The content, pacing, and thumbnail were identical. The only difference was the presence of post-upload clarity. That small lift compounds across thousands of views and can change ranking on busy news days. The first 30 seconds are the standard window for early retention, closely watched by recommendation systems. Comment toggle on if you plan to keep platform clarity for handheld shorts or enhance off if you want full control by default. I am reading replies for the next hour. Your feedback shapes future tests and helps the whole community. 4. What the pros see, from policy to the bottom line. Label plus toggle solves most of the trust problem and is the consensus ask from policy and legal voices. Product-focused experts note that billions of mobile views happen in less than ideal conditions. Small, careful enhancement can lift clarity and comfort without changing the essence of a video. If most viewers perceive cleaner playback with no extra effort from creators, satisfaction improves. Policy voices draw a firm line between enhancement and synthesis. Enhancing signal that already exists is not the same as generating content. Still, any change to authored work should be transparent and controllable. Clear labels give viewers context. Opt-outs give creators agency. Legal teams focus on scope and consent. Many brand agreements already acknowledge streaming compression and color variants. Platform-applied enhancement adds a new variable. Expect contract language that says the creator will deliver a master grade. The host platform may apply stabilization or clarity tools, and both parties accept reasonable variance unless it materially changes brand guidelines. Where a strict look is essential, the agreement can require the creator to request platform opt-out on affected uploads. Some shorts producers report a 2 to 4% lift in early retention on dim clips when clarity is on. Their argument is that the format is fast, handheld, and light-starved. Legibility gains outweigh subtle texture shifts. If default ever becomes on, the keys are a clear label, per-upload control, and channel-level default. The 2nd of September 2025 public description from YouTube references traditional machine learning for select shorts. It does not extend the claim to all videos or to generative methods. 5. Next moves, smarter models, and your playbook. In 60 seconds, I will give you the settings most likely to win discoverability when controls arrive. Expect per-upload toggles, channel defaults, and simple strength choices. When those arrive, early adopters will win because they will align enhancement to format rather than guessing. Here's the likely playbook. Set your channel default to off for long-form narrative or highly stylized grades. Set shorts default to low clarity on, with the option to flip off for fashion, beauty, and any look that relies on texture. Expect a small label near the quality menu or description that reads, Playback Clarity Optimized. A click to learn more will explain the difference between enhancement and generative media. Expect smarter models that are content-aware. The ideal outcome is selective restraint. Preserve skin texture while reducing blotchy shadow noise. Protect thin UI fonts from halos while improving readability on dark backgrounds. Respect contrast in stylized grades while cleaning only the parts that suffer on low bitrate playback. Analytics will turn debate into decisions. Expect a simple A/B switch that lets you apply enhancement to a sample of viewers and measure early retention and average view duration. Education will follow with tutorials on export presets that survive enhancement without plastic faces. Expect checklists that include bit rates that resist artifacts, grain levels that keep a filmic feel, and contrast curves that do not collapse shadows after light sharpening. Here are the suggested settings the moment controls land. For shorts that are news, commentary, or quick demos, choose low clarity on and keep denoise on. For shorts that are fashion, beauty, or filmic mood pieces, set clarity off and denoise low or off. For tutorials, keep denoise on and clarity low, then test for haloing around text at 480p and 720p. For long-form explainers, leave both off by default, then A/B a small sample to see if early retention rises without harming your grade. When you run an A/B, evaluate the first 30-second retention graph and average view duration side by side so a cosmetic boost does not mask a tonal mismatch. This story is not about a platform stealing your art. It is about a new layer between creator and viewer that can either polish your message or shave off the texture that makes you unique. Power used with consent and clarity is progress. Power used silently erodes trust. The difference will be decided by controls, labels, and creator literacy. Here is your action plan for this week. Audit 3 recent shorts, compare the master to live playback on a phone at multiple resolutions, and write down what you see. Send a one-line sponsor note stating that you are monitoring platform clarity tests and will share side-by-sides if needed. Add one sentence to your media kit that states your position on enhancement. These steps take an hour and protect your visual identity. Comment with "toggle on" if you plan to keep platform clarity for handheld shorts, or "enhance off" if you want full control by default. Subscribe for real-time AI creator updates.